In this video, we're going to show you how to make an aerator pump cover on your own. An aerator pump cover, very simple and affordable. So we just recently purchased a new aerator pump filter for our septic tank system, and I did not see any way to keep it protected from the elements, from the rain. The instructions said to keep it out of the rain as best as possible, and I was like, well, how is that possible? So I went to Home Depot, and nobody knew anything about such a thing to cover an aerator. So we decided, my wife and I, that we would use one of these plastic storage containers and try drilling some holes on the side and placing that on top of it. Maybe it wouldn't look that great, but it is on the side of our house where nobody's really paying attention to it. So that's what we did here. So my cordless drill, the batteries are kind of dead, so I broke out the old drill, the old electric drill, corded drill. That drill's probably as old as I am. I don't know where we got that thing. We've had that in my family for years. So we use this power drill here to drill some holes in the back of the plastic container to allow some airflow through there to prevent the motor from, overheating. Kind of cracked a little bit, but I'm not too worried about that. Septic tank motor here, aerator, and there's a little pipe that goes into the ground that goes up into the front yard. There's a big septic tank in the front, and so this is the third motor that I've had since I've been here at the house. I've been here about 20 years. The last one was broken for quite a while, but the second one we had after we bought the house, we spent over $400 for that one, and I thought that was pretty expensive. This one I was able to find on Amazon. I'll leave a link in the description for this, and I've been very pleased with it. It was $230, somewhere around there, so it was just over $200. You can check the prices when you click the link, but it did say to keep it out of the rain. And we've also had a problem here. The other one was sitting here. I didn't have this block here, and so it was sitting directly on the ground. That probably wasn't a good idea, and this whole area was overcome with giant ant piles. So the motor that was here was, partially covered with ant dirt. So you don't want that. So that little rattling sound is the little cover here on the top. So if I put my finger there, so it is making a little rattling noise. So there may be a way to maybe put something there and then kind of secure it a little bit, but it's really not that bad. What I am going to do is I'm going to place this over the top of it that I just made and try to keep the rain off of it, but also still allow some air to come through the back, so it can breathe a little bit. So I'll go ahead and do that right now. I'm going to place this right over the top. Let's see. There we go. Alright, so there's the hose right there. You could cut a little notch. Thought about cutting a little notch right there for the little hose going into the ground, but I didn't want to do that. It'd be more difficult, and again, this thing already split when I was drilling a hole into it, so it's not the sturdiest thing, but a nice little covering here, a nice little shelter for the motor. Also kind of drown out some of the rattling noise a little bit. So I'm going to put a link in the description of this video to the container that we used for this, a similar container. Also, I'm going to put a link in the description to this aerator pump. if you're in the market for one of those. This one's pretty good. Also, there are aerator pump covers that I did find while I was making this video. So when I went to Walmart, when I went to Home Depot, nobody knew of such a thing, all right, but they do make such a thing. The lowest one I saw was around $50, so you'd have to check the sizes and the prices on those. This is on the side of my house. You know, it's do-it-yourself. Some people might not want a container on the side of their house, but there's nobody really on that side of the house anyway, and so it's serving a purpose. Maybe later on I may purchase one of those aerator covers that I saw online. I'll put a link to those that I saw, and you can check those out. But if you want to, you can make your own just like I did here, and you should be good for a while. Alright, thanks for watching. Please be sure to subscribe to our channel, and we got all kind of cool things that we do on here. Thanks for your support.